Right, cool. I think we are live now. If you guys are hearing me, let me know. Yo, yo, yo. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another week episode of Micro Mondays. Yeah. How's everybody tonight? Let me go ahead and mute my notifications real quick. But with that being said, hope you guys had a great weekend. Shout out where you guys are tuning in from, man. What is good? Hootie hoo. Tiny Trucks, Mini Mayhem, Molin, what is up? Onk RC, loud and clear. Walter, what's up, brother? NWChassisWorks, Project Junkies, what is up? Fellas, welcome back. We got another crazy packed, info-filled show tonight for you guys. Whole bunch of stuff that we gotta catch up with and check out from stuff that happened over the last week. So, if this is your first time here, guys, we covered the latest and greatest micro RC topics, news, products, releases, you name it. We check out what's popping, what's going on in the micro RC world, and you do not want to miss it, guys. I have a whole bunch of stuff on the table. We're going to dive straight up on in. If you guys haven't noticed, we got a whole bunch of new stuff. Let me see if I can get Mark in before I... Ascent, yes. Actually got picked up a couple more Ascents. Can't see Mark, but I think you're on, right, brother?
I can see you. I thought we had a good one this week.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to join from your Instagram on my laptop so I can just kind of check that out, if anything. But what is up, brother?
What's happening?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing well, man. It was a super packed week last week, filled with a whole bunch of stuff, and I think this week is going to be just the same. Another crazy busy weekend, or a week ahead of us. But over the weekend or last week, did you get any cool stuff done that you want to share?
Yeah, it was kind of a busy weekend. Not in RC world, but I did manage to get some stuff done. Do you have your laptop open yet?
It's turning on.
All right.
But yeah, I can pull up something.
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking for the live, right?
Yeah, so I'm not talking to you, not seeing what I'm looking at or what you're looking at. Yeah. I don't know if everybody's paying attention to Instagram, but sent out 2 bodies to a couple of people. One being NWChassisWorks and 920 Crawlers was the other one. Got a lot of good feedback on those paint jobs, so that was cool. Appreciate all that for anybody who commented. Thank you.
Very cool.
Got some primer laid down on the J series so far. That's it. That's how far I made that one. It was kind of windy, so painting sucked again this weekend. And then got windows installed in the SR5 finally, so that's basically done other than what I'm going to do with the interior. I have the dash in, but the seats I'm going to trim up so I can put a full body driver in it. And then probably do some sort of either Mexican blanket style or flannel or something again.
Yeah.
Along that line. Just give it some depth and character.
Love that.
So yeah, that's pretty much done, dude. And then I revived the FJ Cruiser. Some new meats on it. Sort of dusted it off. I would say I cleaned it up.
That's what I love about coming back to those sick builds. Like, you know, a lot of times we have a lot of trucks, a lot of builds, but we just hardly get to drive them. But nowadays, there's a lot of final things like good tires and, different wheels and stuff like that coming out that just would really set off those builds. So that's
Yeah.
cool to see you revisited the FJ.
Yeah, I stole the tires and it was just sitting on rims for like the last 6 months. Or maybe not that long, but something feels like it. I figured since we were talking about ascents, I'd break out an 18th scale. Or a true 18th scale, I guess. And yeah, and I grabbed one of those. I got the blue one. And immediate tire and rim swap, obviously. Put some holes on it, some Trill, and some killer carbon fiber rings.
Nice.
Looks pretty legit. I haven't gotten to drive it yet, unfortunately, but just messing with it, it seems pretty solid, and those shocks are super legit. Definitely baby drop tech.
Okay, so I see these your ascent right now. That's how much the lag time is.
Wow. That is a lot.
Right? But
Okay.
I caught you, man. So let's catch up with some news then. That's pretty cool. Let's start off with, I guess, the hottest thing that happened over the weekend. Right here, we got it right here, guys. The NWChassisWorks Athos C1 drop that happened Friday evening, guys. Shout out in the chat if you were lucky enough to pick up the new rails. This, guys, is pretty sweet release because it's definitely a little bit different than your ordinary Athos release. But these are the colored ones. So, Mark, I know you got some rails too, right?
Yeah. Travis, I got one.
There you guys go. But right off the bat, guys, these sold out pretty quick if you were lucky enough to get one. I know a lot of people are planning to get those C1 trucks going, and this is the new one from NWChassisWorks. So what makes it a C1, Mark? Basically the
0
degrees skid.
Yeah.
So if you guys, like to compete and want to just participate in all of the classes, NWChassisWorks has the new Athos available for you. That's going to include a little bit of updated features from the Athos that we know and love. But definitely it's going to feature, the outboard functionality, a little bit better clearances on the slider area, and as well as some clearances for custom links that require like front outboard setup. And to pair with that also, Mark, they also released, we have in here, is the DWS skid.
Yes. I feel like people
For the
were
class
sleeping
1.
on the other thing that got released. Like they just kind of saw pretty rails and were like, ooh. And they're
Yeah.
sleeping on this. Look at that shiny awesomeness.
Oh, right.
Oh, some of the Brandons.
The Brandons are coming. But what differentiates it, Mark? So if you say were to run a DWS skid plate, that would actually make your motor tilt upward rather than leveled. But with the Athos version for the C1, it actually angles it downward, which kind of kicks up the output shaft in the back, and it gives you that perfect extra clearance, especially with the double bend links set up. And for me, testing it for a few packs, Mark, a couple packs already, it is pretty smooth. No complaints at all. And it
The
puts the
transmission, is that what
motor,
you're talking about?
yeah,
Okay.
the transmission.
Gotcha.
Puts the motor super low. You can almost not see it. That's how low it gets. Clears the links. Well, especially with the C1 setup, you're gonna have the front outboard setup most likely going on. And you have the delrin on yours, but I have the C1 DWS. So currently that is still printed. Expect that to be probably in the delrin
No.
version coming down
Other
the
than
road.
the motor being low, what's the hype on that transmission?
The hype on the transmission also, what I kind of feel the hype is that it's a nice, sleek, and compact design. As you can see, guys, there's no physical like spur gear showing. So all the
Carbon fiber
gears are,
plating.
yeah, it's pretty lightweight, guys. I believe titanium gears and stuff like that.
Okay.
So if you're looking for just a super light, all around, compact LCG setup, I think it's worth it. And especially if you pair it with like a C1 Athos and you get the skid, then you're going to get that secret advantage. Not secret anymore, but that extra advantage of having the transmission pretty much all angled low. I love it,
Gino
guys.
says
It
it's
performs good.
geared higher, so it's faster than stock.
So I actually have it paired with the VTEC, of course. We'll talk about some VTEC news coming up soon, guys. But the VTEC paired with that little guy racing
Yeah,
creeper
when did you
motor.
sneak that in? You didn't even show me that.
Yeah, it was
I
a
was like,
last
wait a
minute
minute.
change.
I didn't even know you had that.
Yeah, I had it, and Travis tried it out, or he actually mocked it up, and it looks pretty cool. Just kind of eliminates the color of the red. I was trying to just go for a sleek combo too. But I figured I'd try it out. And then I got there to the testing grounds and I remembered that it doesn't have a pinion installed on it. So luckily I have, some stock fresh pinions laying around. So for now I just threw this on to get it going and it's really smooth, especially paired with the VTEC. At the low end, it's a very smooth startup for me. All the way through the top end. Top end might not be as much, but I like it. It's really responsive, and if you have the drive shafts off, it's a whole super smooth transmission. If you doing the free spinning and stuff, and then you have the XL mark.
Yeah, I got both. The opposite of you.
Okay.
So the standard is the silver, and the XL is blue.
Yeah. So that's pretty sick. I actually got a little bit of the XL set up as well, guys. You could see kind of how I set it up. You want to check it out. But I pretty much had this stuff laying around, Mark.
Yeah, I
Isn't
know.
that?
I was just gonna throw you under the bus, but you did it yourself. It was like you already had test pieces, links
Yeah.
made, all that stuff. So all you had to do is
I
swap that
figured
shit over.
yeah, you know how I do it.
Mm-hmm.
But here's another example, guys, of how you could set it up. This one has the nano BAM inside it, Mark, paired with the Nick Albin or the Nick A OG motor plate.
Oh, so is that NanoBam can and the LGRP similar sizes?
The nano BAM is much longer.
Oh, it is okay.
Yeah.
The other one's a stubbier.
Yeah.
Okay, it's hard to tell.
So that nano BAM is going to give you a lot more weight forward, and I think with the XL, you're gonna definitely need to put that body on because I'm already right here at the skid mark. I'm already popping nose wheelies pretty nice,
Right.
and I just have the low blow knuckles, and that's pretty much it. I think all the wheels are evenly weighted, I believe. So with that nano BAM and electronics mounted forward, this is pretty capable for C1. And guys, the clearance is the main thing that we like to look at when we check the trucks. And
Right.
for a 0 degree skid mark, what do you think about that?
It's fucking nasty, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I was staring at my other Athos where I had the body up when I was working. I was like, God damn, there's so much clearance on that thing.
Yeah, I'm actually
Crazy.
kind of messing around, and I was like, well, what does it look like with the Ascent body on there? So there's the Ascent under the Athos C1 XL, and those spenders actually they clear a lot, so you're good on the rules if you really want to run this little body. You would just need to figure out like the bumpers and stuff like that. But I know a lot
Are
of
those
guys are going to
standard
be,
axles?
yeah,
Okay.
these are the standard axles,
Cool.
so it's pretty
I'm,
much
I
money.
was shocked too to see you busted out some TSLs, man. I was kind of proud of you.
Yeah, I was actually trying to give them some. They actually work good, man.
Dude, you got to let
So
them get scuffed up and break in, and then they get
that's
really good.
exactly what I was gonna
Yeah.
say. Gino knows best, so
Yeah.
you guys know best. You gotta break them in hard.
Yeah. That's just pro. I think that's just pro line tires in general. There's something, even when you wash them and prep them before you take them out the first time, they got to get scuffed up.
Right. I guess let's hop over. So last Athos and or last Northwest Chassis Works news, guys. If you missed out on the C1 drop, expect another drop to happen. Within a couple more weeks, a few more weeks, as
Yep.
well as there are coyotes are back for pre-order now. So I know a lot of guys have been patiently waiting to build their UTB-18 with the Coyote chassis, and definitely stoked to say that they are ready to be pre-ordered, guys. So they should be coming very soon as well. And let's switch over to the tires, Mark. I know you got some of those fresh meat right in the center.
Man, I don't know what it is about the tusk carcass and the green compound compared to any other carcass that Jconcept has. It just seems stickier and nastier to me. I don't know. I opened the package and I could barely take the tire out of the bag. And I had, what did I do with them? I had the Megas mounted, right? And these, like, I don't know. It just feels kind of almost toyish compared to this. That makes sense. I don't know.
Crazy. I'm about
I'm
to open
excited to
them
try
right
those
now.
though.
They
There you
look
go.
glistening in your screen, Mark.
They're so freaking sticky, dude.
So I actually got the landmines too. We can check out.
There you go. Yeah, I just got Tusk.
Yeah, I figure. I mean, Tusks are one of the best tread patterns that we personally run over here, and we love to.
Yeah,
So
they work.
out of the box for sure, Mark. They
Even with
feel way.
it's crazy, right?
Yeah,
Even with
they
the
feel
foam in
insane.
them, they like stick together.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
there's some new green compound for sure.
yeah.
But here's the landmine treads. It's definitely a little bit lower profile, Mark. Uh, spaced out, pretty nice. And I think what's gonna set these off, like make these really shine versus those TRX 4M 57 millimeter versions, is that right here is a lot less, more meat, less meat, pretty much. So I feel like it's even softer on that sidewall, which was kind of what I felt was lacking with the
A little
57s.
stiff.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like a little stiffer for sure.
Yeah.
These feel amazing. These are listed on the package as a 63 millimeter, guys. But Mark has been already mounted up one. What did you find that works best?
Well,
What do you got right
I
now?
went with what I had, kinda, but I also was looking at how the thick of the tread is on the tusk, right? So yeah, its overall height is about 63, right?
Yeah.
But take away that, the lugs, and then the inner carcass. So I put a 58.2 in there, and it feels good. Look.
Okay.
I wanted to get mounted on the SR5 to see how it compared to the black labels as far as squish went, but dinner got in the way.
Okay. I'm gonna try stuffing 63.3
Why would it
in
measure as a
this.
51?
Oh, I think I meant to put the 63.2 for sure.
It's definitely 63, maybe even 64 to be honest, because it's a little bit taller than the black label.
These feel nice with the. These are gonna be insane for sure.
Yeah.
And
So
the
what do you got?
Tusks,
63.2? 63.2, yeah, okay.
yeah,
See how that feels to you.
these feel spot on, honestly, guys.
Now, landmine has a little less tread as well, so
Feels really nice. Yeah, I think these are gonna be insanely good.
yeah.
Especially for like the new Red Cat trucks. The Red Cat trucks are like literally the most popular thing that happened. And I know here's some ruptures, for instance, for comparison. Looks like they're a little bit taller than the ruptures for sure, Mark. So they do list both of them as 63s, but here's a good side by side comparison. They're kind of similar to the holds then, right? The holds and Scorpio height.
My tusks and holes are exact same, even with the tread.
Okay. Because that's what
And the
we figured with.
megas were the same heights as the tusks as well, counting the tread.
Okay. Oh, here's my mega lithics right here. Take a look at that. So there are they're pretty much spot on to the megalithics for sure too.
Yeah. They're consistent, Jconcepts.
Yeah, and guys, they pay attention and listen to the RC community a lot. So they weren't slacking on us when they said we need bigger sized tusks,
Now that
and we
was
waited
quick too,
patiently.
huh?
Yeah, these things look sick for sure.
Now
So
they could get the same in the 57, 56 range for wherever that class cutoff is for tire size for the SCX. Then you have three awesome tusks for 24.
here's that inside of the tire, real quick, Mark. See, it has like that tread profile on it, but then it's all super soft on the sides. So these ones are the tusks. So I'm definitely stoked to try them out. Let
Oh man,
us
I
know
don't
if you
even know
guys
what to
picked up
do
a
now.
set.
I'm not sure if I should put these on that truck, and I don't know, the black labels work really good on that truck. So kind of, I
Yeah.
don't know. They look good too.
If you guys did pick up a set, let us know. What truck are you guys going to throw that on? Because, damn, these
They
things are
they
sick.
definitely smell good.
Ooh.
Smell
You
like
know
brand new
what
tires.
tires smell? The truck smells good. The Red Cat smells good. No, these ones.
The
These
red the
Louis
red cat.
tires. These smell good. No weirdo stuff, but I'm trying to find, where to get these still. Let us know, If you guys have the plug or whatever. Let's see. Sniff test. We got any other goodies you got in the mail last week, Mark?
No. No.
All right.
I showed you guys last week.
Well, we'll just jump to this real quick before we talk about some VTech goodies. But I got landed in the mail these Mias Racing ISO axles for the TRX4M. So take a look at them, Mark. It's the shiny raw versions, clear versions.
They look pretty low pro for TRX axles, huh?
Yeah. They look super low pro. They do come with a lay-down servo mount, guys, and the steering links.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
come
cool.
with the whole setup. I guess in the back, still get the adjustable link mount on the adjustable link riser on the axle. So that's pretty cool. And you're getting loaded up with the brass knuckles and the brass diff cover in the front and a brass diff cover in the back. Feels pretty solid, pretty heavy. Here's the main feature, Mark, is that steering angle. Check that out for a TRX 4M. It's taking it to another level for sure. I am curious how they run. I'm not sure if they are maybe as smooth as the SCX24 one by in hand, holding it by the drive shaft, getting full lock and turn. But share in the comments if you guys been rocking these for a minute. How have those been holding up?
But they got style points all day long. For sure.
They pay attention for sure. What we like.
Yeah. I might have to grab some of the raw for my SCX24. So I got two of the black ones. Those look pretty solid. I like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting another set for the SCX24. I think a lot of people have been even rocking like a stock rear axle with the front Mias one for that extra weight bias if you really need it.
Are they the same width?
I think you just have space out the rear a little bit on the X's. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's hop into some VTech goodies. VTech in the house. Guys, you guys know we rock the VTechs in here. I'm gonna go pick up the VTech brushed ESC for the Red Cat mark. So that way we can get a little bit more
different, or is it?
No, it's going to be the same as the 124s.
Okay.
But there are updates, guys. You guys sold him out the last drop.
Right.
Now he is finally back in stock, guys. ESCs, you heard that right, are now back in stock. So a lot of you guys have been waiting to finish a couple builds, get your last minute, smaller electronic package setups and all that stuff. So whether you got the brushed setup or the brushless, they definitely work great. So say for like the C1 setup, got the brushless ESC, sits perfectly on the slider, doesn't hang over, and I don't know if you saw, Mark, but
that's why you have. I was wondering why you had that zip tie. Now I got it.
Yeah, it's just a test right now. But I kind of like this position for the receiver. What do you think?
I was trying to figure out how you had room for that, to be honest.
Yeah, we got room, baby.
Well, what's your front link? What's your wheelbase on that thing?
It's the same as like a Athos, one like 138.
Really?
Yeah.
And the servo, I feel like the servo would hit, but I guess not, huh?
Yeah, man.
Wait a minute.
I was actually tripping out too, but the C1, man, it does some things just by building it. Blows your mind.
Hmm.
But the ESCs are in stock, as well as a lot of you guys have been finishing up those bug build-offs. I think it's like 1 week left, Mark, the bug build-off.
That sounds right. And I haven't seen but a couple. And those people are hiding them and waiting.
Don't forget, guys, to even if you know, if you
I have
just,
not been
I
tagged in any
definitely
of them.
encourage you guys to go to one of your posts or make a post and use the hashtag VTech bug build off. Go ahead and throw that in your post if you got a bug, because we want to see all the cool entries, all the cool builds out there for the bug, and we're actually going to pick what we like, who's gone all out, and VTech's going to bless them with another cool setup. But if you need extra details for your bug body, I know I've been saying I was trying to make like a little interior for you guys, but VTech beat me to the punch, which is awesome. And he's actually has some interiors available online right now.
I'm surprised
I
you don't
can,
have one in hand.
yeah, I have not had a chance to swing by all last week, so I'm gonna catch up this week for sure. But I can show you guys online right now. I'm about to pull it up. So check it out, guys. Let's head over to the VTech website. All right, we got the VTech website, guys. There is the bug interior. It is actually two versions. These are actually two-tone printed, so no need to paint all the details, guys. VTech makes it easy for you. Let's see. So you got to choose your wheelbase. Choose your wheelbase and clearances for lights and stuff still. So that's pretty cool. They're only $10. HRC Design. Thank you. Designed by Haunter RC. So check him out, guys. It's pretty dope. He's got carbon colors available, and it's pretty sick.
About
I
$10.
will have to $10 to add on to complete the whole interior, guys. It's not a bad deal. Check those out if you need that last minute, detail for your bug. With that being said, shout out to VTech. My tripod be twitching right now. All right. I think it's time, Mark. We talk a little bit more in depth about these red cats because I think they are blowing up. What do you think?
I mean, we'll see. For $99, people are going to jump on something like that for sure.
Yeah, they definitely are kind of taking off just from the price point in general. Myself, we got the RC Steve links available, guys. They are sold out right now, but they should be back in about a couple weeks. There's also been a lot of people doing mods already, trying to install brushless motors like VTech and stuff like that, as well as looking for better LCG performance. People moving the battery tray up front or the ESC tray on top of this, or sliders, electronics on the sliders. Are you gonna keep it stock for a little bit, Mark, or are you gonna upgrade the motor or anything?
I'm going to run it and then go from there. I did notice one thing that's kind of annoying. It sits so high and the shock towers are super high too, so it was hard to get any other body on there. I don't know if you tried
Which one did
that
you
part.
throw on?
I tried the SR5, the M710. They all sit way higher than the sliders. You're gonna need some kind of full body rig to get it to sit low, or put holes and stuff, and have the shock towers sticking out of them.
Yeah, that is very true, man. And
That
I haven't
was the only
fiddled
thing
with it
I've noticed so
much
far.
yet. I know a VTech bug body fits pretty good too. Fits pretty low. If you
Yeah.
take off the
See, that's
bumpers.
what I'm saying, like a full body.
Yeah, full body, wide body for sure style. Or at least you know what I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
there is our homie that we're about to bring on. He actually has a winch mount coming out for it, where it's now available, guys. It's by Onk RC. I'm gonna send him the invite right now, guys. Check it out. And while we wait for that, Mark, I actually have one of these laying around. It's a PN Racing 90 turn.
Okay.
So thinking about that one or the Holmes Hobbies, but I think this one is going to be the one I'm going to try.
I got
And there
a
we
90.
go.
I
We
got a
have
90
our
somewhere.
brother. Yeah.
What's up, guys?
What is happening, my friend?
What's up?
Welcome to Micro Mondays. And how are you tonight?
I'm doing pretty good right now. Sipping on some Mountain Dew.
Sipping on some Mountain Dew. I like it.
There you go. Yes, that's cool. So we're stoked that, people like you, with the RC community is always innovating right from the get-go for these trucks, these new platforms. And so before we get started of what you got, mind telling everybody who you are, where you're from, and what kind of got you into the micro hobby?
Yeah, for sure. So I go by Onk RC. My name's Britton, spelled like the country. Interesting tidbit there. But I started out with a Gladiator, good old blue Gladiator. I'd been doing RC since like 2009. I actually have my very first rock crawler. It was a low C mini rock crawler. I've done a couple of things to it. It doesn't work, and it hasn't worked for like 10 years. But started out with that. Then I went to tent scale stuff, did bashers, the natural progression. And then I was at a hobby shop in San Diego. I'm from Utah. But I was down in San Diego on vacation, went to a hobby shop, saw the Gladiator, and was like, yeah, I'm going to need me one of those. So picked up one of them and then ran that for a bit. Did like the stupid mods, where you make it like super huge and it doesn't do anything. And then
Double barrel shocks.
Yeah, double barrel shocks with the hardest springs on them,
Yeah.
And like flex, what are they? Flex blades
and flex blades.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah, we all.
I'm glad you realized your errors of your way.
Yeah,
Might as well shout out in the comments. What was your first all-out build?
Yeah, so that was a bad time. But then I bought a deadbolt, and I found a local club. It's Micro Crawler Club. Shout them out.
Oh, nice.
So I'm a part of them. I'm not like an admin or anything, but I call myself an honorary admin. So I've been going to their events all of the time. We actually just had a box stock competition with the Red Cats just last Friday, and that was fantastic. That was probably my favorite competition that I've ever taken part in.
Oh, now
Nice.
that was just like a box stock, right, or something? Or what were the rules?
Yeah. So the rules on that were, this is my brother's rig, and so I had that video on my page where I pulled it out the box and immediately went to crawling. But basically, it was just 100% stock, no modifications other than stickers on the body, and then there was some competition supplied rubber bands to use as limit straps on the front. So 100% box stock, and it was probably my favorite time crawling. I'm used to builds like this one or this for my competition trucks. So taking something out that was, top heavy and not purpose built for crawling or competition crawling was actually a lot of fun. But it also just proved how capable these rigs are straight out of the truck or straight out of the box. It honestly blew pretty much all of us. Like we were just shocked the whole time. There was 10 or 15 of us, and it was a ton of fun.
Where in Utah are you?
So I'm up in Cache Valley. Microcrawler Club does most of their stuff down in the Sandy, Utah area. So I get to go an hour and a half.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Mark, what do you think about the truck? Have you driven it for the time you have it?
I haven't. That's what I said earlier. I haven't gotten a chance to drive it yet. I just got it Saturday afternoon, and then it's been a whirlwind since then. I barely got the tires swapped on it. But yeah, it looks solid. I mean, and I've seen people drive them. They look amazing, to be honest, for right out of the box. Like he's saying,
Yeah. Yeah, they are planted for sure.
I'm really into calculating weight bias and stuff like that. And straight out of the box with the 750 amp or milliamp lipo in there, they've got like a 54-46 weight bias. So straight out of the box, they're front heavy, it kind of blew my mind.
Which is surprising with the battery and the ESC in the back.
Yeah, that was what shocked me the most.
Right.
But I think it's got to be that servo. Or it's servo in the motor, I guess. But
seems kind of heavy for sure up there.
Yeah. And then stock weight on them was 436 grams. So I've never owned a 4M. But I'm pretty sure that's heavier than a box stock 4M. Maybe not with the body. I guess they have heavy bodies, but that I'm not sure on.
Yeah, the only mod that I've done so far is obviously the lanes. But those tires with, I believe these are weighted in the inner rings on the front and then aluminum rings in the back. So that kind of gives me a good little weight bias if I hold it from the skid area. So it's definitely really planted. Now, you got a new product that you are offering for the Red Cat, and I think it's pretty cool, especially because the winch life is pretty sick, and I think these are going to be some capable trail rigs or comp rigs if you need to put a winch in or just want it for the functionality in general. It's got a perfect spot for it. You might as well. I mean, do you mind sharing with us what you got?
Absolutely. So I am on my website. I'm an NSD RC dealer. So originally, I'd found the NSD RC40 or RS40 winch, and I wanted to do a winch mount for my comp chassis from LGRP. So this was my first go, I guess, at designing my own product. So this kind of, I guess, really the panels for the X Factor is what started it. But this was my first strength testing and difficult build other than just aesthetics. So after I got this one all good and I'm really happy with the performance, haven't had a single break other than a really hard drop on the front, cracked the bumper. Then I went and designed one for the Mias Ripper, and that one went over well, other than you can't use an interior with it, which is unfortunate because I like interiors. And then the Red Cat came out, and I saw it without the body, and the first thing that I imagined was how perfect that is for a winch up here on the front. So I ordered one like 2 days after they came out, and as soon as it showed up, I immediately tore it apart, took this off, started taking measurements, and it's a perfect fit. That servo with the spool and everything fits perfectly in there. So got one printed. The first one was a total disaster. It was a complete nightmare. I don't even think I got it screwed into the chassis before it broke, but I stayed up for like, I don't even know. It was like 4 hours. It was probably 4 a.m. by the time I went to bed that night. And at that point, I was just printing what I felt like was the final design, and I printed it in like 8 different orientations to find the strongest one. Woke up in the morning and like half of them had failed, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a day off. So, but after I came back to it, I was really, really happy with 45 degrees, and that went really well. I've been running this one for probably since Wednesday of last week. I've used it a ton. I've winched people. I've winched myself. There's no strength issues with it as far as I can tell. I don't even have this thing screwed in here, and it hasn't broken yet. So,
Oh, nice.
it's like a quick connect, but it blows my mind how strong these servos are, and I think you'd break the servo before you broke the mount. So let me grab. I had like 5 of them. Where'd they go? Give me 1 sec.
Sure.
Here they are.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. It would definitely add some good forward weight bias, and yet it's not too heavy.
So the servo itself weighs in at, I want to say it's like 8 grams, 10 grams. So the servo is 10 grams. The mount itself is like half a gram. So the additional front weight isn't exactly like moving an ESC up there, but it's 3 grams. So you're getting 13 grams plus whatever the winch line is. Excuse me. So you're getting like 13 grams up there. I think the ESC was 15. So I've got my ESC just taped to my motor just to get it off the back. But the nice thing about this winch mount is you can mount it the way I have it. You can rotate it 180 degrees and have the line on the other side, or it's the exact same as the rear plate. So if you wanted to have your ESC up here and the winch in the back, you could do that too.
Okay.
Well, that's good
Maybe
to
you can
know.
even eventually have 2 of them, Mark, and then you have the real scale hard body.
You're the comp guy, not me.
No, you could have 2 of them and have the front winch and the rear winch. You just crawl up
Well, that would
anything
make sense
by
because I was
yourself.
thinking of putting a 80 series body on mine.
There you go.
See,
Just go
at that point, you
full
get
heavy.
up the side of cliffs.
Yeah.
You're gone, self-sufficient right there.
Right.
But it does work with the stock receiver transmitter. It moves a little fast. I would prefer it if it was like a proportional knob, but it works. So
That's cool, yeah. You guys, eventually probably everyone's gonna upgrade the electronics down the road. Maybe not, but if you want one, where can we get one of those?
you can find them at onkrc.com. There's a link in my bio, and I'll type it into chat real quick.
That's cool. And check those out, guys. I think that's pretty cool. He did say that they do fit under the stock Red Cat body still. So looks like it's got a lot of low profile. And if you guys can only imagine, it's probably about the same height, more or less, as these little ESCs, maybe a hair taller. So you can definitely fit them in some good spots. And that's pretty cool. Do you get full compression still?
Yeah, so it doesn't actually affect any. It doesn't hit the servo. It doesn't hit the I guess the servo hits the chassis before it hits anything else on these stock trucks, so you don't lose anything in the front.
Right on.
You probably see that better with the body off. I do have one of my buddies here in town. He's running one on his rig as well, and he swapped over to the Endura brushed ESC, and then he's running a FlySky G7P transmitter, and that's what I run as well. And it works really, really well with this servo, the winch servo.
Huh.
So
That's that $20 Endura ESC. So you're talking about?
yeah, I've got 2 of them in my Amazon cart.
Nice.
Just because. So thanks a lot for that.
Okay.
Well, that's cool. How many of you guys are tempted to throw a little nano winch, especially an NSDR C1, guys, inside your Red Cat? Let us know in the comments if, something that you guys are down for. I think it's a cool product. Looks like there's other guys waiting for you to dive into the SCX24 world for the nano winch amounts, possibly for a Mias Ripper, looks like.
Yeah, so I do have the Ripper mount right here. So that fits on the driver's side or passenger side, depending on what side you want to put your ESC on. And then that mounts vertically. So it works good. The only downside is you cannot run the interior just because the winch itself is actually the same height as this side panel here. And then there's not enough space to lay it down anywhere in the front, especially if you're running brushless. So I figured not running an interior is worth it maybe for a winch. If not, then I guess don't have a winch.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's cool for the scale builds or for the, that extra detail.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're looking for the comp performance, yes and no, probably wouldn't. But everybody's can build differently and it's got their own stuff. I think it's pretty dope for sure.
Yeah.
That's cool. Anything else you plan to be working on down the road for the micros?
So I'm also working on a winch mount for the 4M Ripper, the TRX 4M Ripper from Mias. That one's taking a little bit more tweaking, but that one you will be able to run the interior with. There's enough space in that one that I can fit the servo in there horizontally, so that doesn't get in the way. I have printed links for the Red Cat as well. I'm not coming for you, Steve.
Oh, no worries. No, don't worry.
But I figured that would be a good budget option for somebody who's
yes,
because I know that that's a major weak spot on these trucks.
It's crazy.
So these are just going to be a cheap replacement. The front ones here I printed hollow. The rear ones I printed solid. Hollow was a terrible, terrible idea. So it's kind of they're just going to be a cheap option that I put out there. I'm also working on a chassis, so eventually I will be having my own chassis. I hope one day to make it as good as an Athos, but we'll see.
Oh man, and I would love to hear that. I would love to see that, man. I'd love anybody diving deep already into the new platform. That's what we're all about. We want to see tons and tons of things available for the Red Cat down the road. So we are excited, man, for the little hints that you shared with us. If anybody has any last questions for Ankh, shoot them down in the comments. Now, Mark, you got any questions for him?
I don't. I was just reading the comments. We're trying to see if there was anything that anybody asked.
Yeah.
So RC Junkyard. I am a 3Flow9 dealer, so I've been planning on picking up one of their winch servos, whatever it is that they call them. I know that they're smaller, so I just gotta get one of those ordered. They've been out of stock forever, so once I get those in, I'll be doing some testing with those as well to see if they're a better option for the 24 Ripper. And if they are, then I'll definitely be making a mount for those.
Nice. Well, man, that sounds pretty sick. Probably looks like, I'm not sure. Did you feel like you wanna do a little spin the wheel tonight? Or if not, no, there's no pressure at all.
Yeah,
Because
no, I'd love to.
okay, well, guys, this is a good heads up to go ahead and pick up a Red Cat while they still are at the $99, promotional deal. Ankh RC does want to give away a little giveaway, one of the winch mounts for the Red Cat, guys. So appreciate you, Ankh, for donating or giving away such a cool product already. For you guys patiently waiting till the end, no need to wait too long. I pretty much have everybody who was here in the spin the wheel already. So got the wheel right here, and if you guys do win, please give Ankh RC a follow, and you got to be here to claim your prize. So shout out if you are here, and DM Ankh RC, and he will get you straightened out. So looks like I got a few guys in here, but looks like some guys left. That's cool. Here we go. Good luck, guys, and who's gonna get that winch mount from Ankh RC for the Ascent 18? Is that your? That's pretty much like your next door neighbor right there, right?
Yeah, that's my buddy Blake.
Now, does he count?
I don't know, Blake. Do you count? You still in here?
I figure you might hook him up sooner or later, but
Probably just gonna give him one anyway. So
yeah, Blake, you are a real winner. You support your homies. He's got your back, bro. But we're gonna remove you, and I'm not sure if he is in here, but man, that's funny.
I'll definitely see him at our next get together. So I don't even know if he has a Red Cat. I think he does.
I think so, but let's see. Super funny. All right, guys, give you guys another chance. We got a few extra names in here, so we might happen to have another spin, but let's see who's still awake. Who's here? Is R50 Golden Goose here? Shout out if you are, please. Looks like he's not in here, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it going. A lot of you guys are in here, but it's the end of the show. Some people have left. All right. We got Stink RC.
Damn! Go, Gabe.
Is Stink in here? My man, Stink RC. You time to get a. I don't even know if he's in here anymore. Oh left too.
Wait. What's
Nah, he's not in here. I know, right? Let's see, guys. We're spinning to win. Pretty much who was in here. Oh, is that a real spin? Tom,
Seems like Give a spin.
Check. I'll count Tom check. If he's still in here, that is. If he's not, damn. You guys are going to get lucky tonight. Looks
A lot
like
of spin.
Tom check is in here. Burn it. He's in here. I'll give him like 10 seconds. Tommy.
Yeah, I
Oh,
see
look at
it.
him.
There he is.
There he is.
There you go.
And I think he's just joining on his non RC account, but that's definitely one of the homies. So congrats, Tom. You took home the Onk RC Ascent 18 winch mount. That sounds pretty dope for sure. Onk, I'm gonna definitely probably hit you up for one of those after this. But Tom hit up Onk, and looks like we're gonna probably wrap it up tonight, guys, for the Micro Mondays. Onk, my man, appreciate you. Pleasure to meet you and hang out with you. And I'm glad to see another micro addict just like us making stuff already for the new Red Cat Ascent 18
Yeah,
platform.
bro, it's been bad. I did all of this in like a year. I don't even think it's been a full year yet.
That's what we like to hear, man. The passion is real. So you can only expect better things from coming down the road from Onk Bros. So, sheesh, I know I'm excited, and everybody still tuning in. Much appreciated. Mark,
Yeah, yeah.
thank you, brother, for always hopping on. And Onk, my boy, have a great night. Everybody in the chat, have a great rest of the week.
Appreciate it.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
See you guys later.
Thank you for coming on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Well, have a good night, guys.
Later.